What is up, people, and welcome back to the channel. Right, so today we are onto radius arm mounts, radius arm brackets, whichever. So in the last one you saw, we have got this set. These are all slotted and ready and drilled and what have yous. So first thing I've got to do is the adjusters, the washers, whatever you want to call these. They've all got to be drilled, so I'm going to pilot them with the center drill, then run this through. This is a 12.2, yeah? Now, I did my pilot slots with the 12.2 for the slot mill before I put the half-inch slot mill through. So, well, the half-inch mill. Through. So I'm going to try that first. If the radius arm pin doesn't fit through, I'll open it up to half-inch. I just want to see, because the thread size on the radius arm pin is under half-inch. So I want to see if we can get a more of a precision fit with the 12.2. So I'm going to drill all of these to that. Then that's done. Then we've got to get the rest of these bolts to that. Yeah. Then we've got to make a jig, which I think I'm going to use like one of these chunks of 16mm, basically. And if you think this is one of the ones that are already done, it used to be just an Allen key bolt that I welded on. Now I'm trying to change it up a bit. I'm thinking if I put a half-inch hole, well, drill and tap that for half-inch, to bolt the washer down, then get some 16mm cold rolled or hot drawn or whatever you want to call it, put an 8mm hole in and then weld that to this. Basically then I can slide the bolt in, put the washer under it, bolt the washer down, and that is a jig, a small jig. So I think I'm going to do that. So that'll just be there with the flat on it. I don't know what I've done with the one with the flat on. Do you catch my drift? Here we go. Yeah, so if I grab a washer, this is taking longer than I was hoping. So that will be bolted to there with a half-inch, and then this will be slit into mine. Oh dear. And then that will slide inside the 16mm bar. Because technically, if that's 4mm, yeah, this is 8mm. That's 12mm, 4mm above, 16mm. So we should be pretty much right on. And I'll just weld that bit of tube on there. So slide that in, put that in, bolt that down, weld it up, take the bolt out, slide it out. Jiggeroo. That's the best way I can think of making that little jig that we need to make. So I'm also going to cut off some 16mm, drill it, so that then pushes right in, jig it, take it out. Right then, I'm going to drill these, finish these, and we'll get back to you. The time at the moment is 20 past 11. Right then, see how long this takes me. Just to let you know, the 12.2, it just sits in, but nah. It was a 12.5, 12.75 maybe. Let me have a look, see what else drill bits I've got. We'll work our way up, I think. Working away. You see this? See that? Crack all the way down here. I mean, it's not hurting it, but gosh, I've never, come on, never seen one of these crack like that before. I mean, I've got plenty of them, but I'll swap it out. I've never seen one of these crack a Morse taper adapter. Oh well, there you go. I thought I'd let you into a little tip, a little trick. Just something of an easier way of putting, you see these chamfers? Yeah, they're all going to be the same. Right, very small, that's all you need. You do not need a big chamfer because the more material you take away, you know, the weaker it becomes. So, show you how I do. So you've got your burr on the back. To be honest, I don't need to put it on the front, but burr on the back, right? So, you put that in against, hang on. How do you know how? Look at that. That, and we're in. So to set your desired size, this is what I do. I bring this back, lock it off. Run this in till it hits that, lock it off. Wind this in until I get my desired depth, then lock that off. Then undo that, pull that back. Now every time you push that in, this goes in the same amount because you're up against the chuck, and this is effectively using this as a stop. Repetition, push, push. So if you want a deeper, if you went too deep, you'd really have to, as you're pushing it in, take it nice and easy. But you see, up against, well, down there's like a little, the wipe seal. Yeah, that's just repetition then, into the stop. Because I'm only doing a really small chamfer. Easy peasy. Right then, I'm going to carry on. Right, people, so the time is now 5 to 2. So I'm about to stop some lunch, so I thought I'd see where we've got to. So all of these are done. Drilled and very small chamfer. They're done. The bolts just need a fine clean up with the file. But what I ended up doing was setting all these up in the collet chuck in the mill and just going. That way they're all the same dimension, flat-wise. Because basically they need to be like that, you know, on top of the 4mm. Because that's 4mm, which is what gives us our dimension. So the block, I may have gone a little bit too gung-ho. Well, not gung-ho, like I may have gone a little bit, you know, OTT. But this is the block. So I decided to face it because I didn't like it being like that. We are drilled and tapped to 1/2 inch by 20 CPI. And then as you'll see, can you see it? I put this scratch all the way along while it was in the mill for our positioning for this. Yeah, so we know we've got a line to work to, right? So we've got this little thing. I don't know whether I'm going to use this or a bolt yet. So a washer will go on there and get screwed in. Yeah? Well, let's do this as we're going to connect it. So I've made 2 of these because one of them, I faced it, drilled it, wasn't overly happy with the tolerance. So I went back and reamed one instead. So I drilled it, reamed it, absolutely much better. So that is going to get welded to there, along that line. So I've got to clean this up. We've got to get it on our line. It's not going to be 100% precise, but it's got to be really close. So what we'll do is we'll scribe this down the centre line so we can see if we've got a line here and a line here, we've got something to line up to our line. Then we'll put a square edge in here to hold it square. So once that's welded on, we can put a bolt in. This will be there and that'll be there. Yeah, can you see my idea? So once this is welded, yeah, you see, and I can get a nut on if I want. If I find I need to lock this in place, I can put a nut on the back. That's why I left a little bit, so I didn't bring this to the edge. Let me get you down so you can see. So what do you think? So now this is, once that there is welded on that line, somebody's walking along my roof. There is my little jig. And the repetition is going to be bang on, you know what I mean? I mean, I could have that out because it doesn't matter then really. It can be, this bolt can be anywhere like that, as long as it's on the edge, you know what I mean? So if I ever want to put a bigger washer in, I've got a bit of scope. Or I can put it right up. I might leave a small gap, then I can just place it myself right on the edge. Yeah, well anyway, that's something to think about. I'm going to have some lunch and I'll see how long this video is going to be once I've edited all this together and see if we can add a little bit more on. But I think I want to finish this little jig in this little video. Ryan, I'm hungry. About there, you know. All right, so there we sort of go. So we have our washer and our pin. We want it quite a nice tight fit, to be honest, don't we? And get our bolt in. See if we haven't put any weld speckle in the thread. Yes, we have. Let me just clean that out. What's the odds of that? Typical. What I mean typical. So, bolt, washer, nice tight snug fit. It's in there. So now, that is perpendicular and all that kind of shenanigans, yeah? So now, I can get in there, TIG this, and TIG that side, and it'll come out as one. Right then, well, we'll do that in the next video, because this video is getting a bit long, just to make a little jig. Right then, thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. See you later, people.